Boss player and then some Dawson. But me focus on the yen chassis in free team a friend of Manchester City. Also, Club World Cup no air to also, and Manchester City so air competing in the Club World Cup. Osha last season a pair Manchester City a standard under Pep Guardiola no and normal answer that anko ye anfa momo. Omu di third Champions League no mu free mu in the playoff. Omu lusu the FA Cup final. Carabao Cup no oman kwani mu biasa eti Community Shield no kwa na na e kama se e trophy bia Manchester City for ediwe season no omo hwe omo so omo team no AAG particularly the midfield section eti ohwe January now omo di Nicolas Gonzalez eba be shame in the summer transfer omo make it two important signings eti ohwe Manchester City a omo yes some changes in the midfield as a first na Fernandinho David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, and a movie to Rodri and a Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne, na Bernardo Silva, so Etumia Babe Shemu. They say Gundogan Enyini, Bernardo Silva Enyini, Kevin De Bruyne, so Abedin a farewell to the club. Internet say Omutumi ye some changes be wo. It's Omudi Tijani Reinders, formerly of AC Milan, and Ryan Cherki, formerly of Olympic Lyonnais, Ababe Shetim. Boss player Osha Tijani Reinders. Now sure Ryan Cherki in Tijani Reinders Manchester City ebenya an all action number 8 an all action number 8 yes in terms of say oye bibia e wo park no so for a midfielder obetumi aye bibia asa de bibi kra asa ka ho in Ryan Cherki you have a creative player and a creative midfielder they be ameka say in top 5 European leagues, no, open 2 players pa very creative. Bakuya Ryan Cherki and Abakonso ye Alex Baena, the old Villarreal, another creative player pa. It's in Ryan Cherki, no, a creative midfielder. In Tijani Reinders, no, boss player, you have an all action number 8 on also Eba Beshe team name. The Antinam Tijani Reinders a all action. Yanka and Womabi. In terms of goals scored from open play. Not Tijani Reinders at also 7th or say 10 goals in the Serie A last season. In terms of chances created, not Tijani Reinders are created 47 and also not also 17th. It was Oshe goals and also created chances. In terms of passes completed in the final 10, 467, not also 5th in the Serie A. It was a sabo pass pa. In terms of dribbles completed, and also Tijani Reinders 36, now Otosu 18th in the Serie A. It's a choice ono obetumi afabo no de atwe and also obetumi afabo no asa de anante. And so can say on receiving those tight areas now obetumi receive ya dan ho atwe. It will say goals or pass onimtwe. In terms of interceptions, now and also amount 38, not also 13th. It's on the ball and also off the ball. Tijani Reinders and so and nothing I'm saying why all action number 8. You can play Tijani Reinders in a double pivot. Oba. You can play Tijani Reinders as the number 10. Oba. And so all my goals no. Now all creative chances. Now all ball progressive passes now. No breaking lines at the mouth. Now all say yeah off the ball in terms of interceptions and also going into duels. This is a player Manchester City Aquafana Adiana Babishin Fifion, a direct replacement for Brante friend Iko Gundogan for me. Saoche Gundogan, now Tijani Reinders because Tijani Reinders no ever be replacing Gundogan. More some things in common. Some things in common. Oba be replacing Gundogan. Fifo because of Gundogan. Enfiena eko anymore. Yeah, Tijani Reinders no progressive passes. 276 and 275 progressive passes per game. And the whole season. I just say this guy no in terms of say young progressive ball no enfanko anim obetumi ayama. Etu oye progressor and also in terms of creativity he's there. The progressive carries no so 275. Boss player all for ball in Nancy no. Important for Pep Guardiola. Maka just Pep Guardiola this type of midfielders. Midfielder obetumi age ball no traffic ni mu wo no obetumi di ball na nante. Adia fa nipa ba ko mienu miensa ho because sana ebo no ama no tumi beat opponent in a defensive structure. And this is a player about be team ni ma amount 275 progressive carries throughout the whole season. It's a yes, when you have more passing one, obetumi the ball no assignment at the economy. In terms of line breaking passes, and so about 229 line breaking passes. It's passes a breaking forward line, passes a breaking midfield line, passes a breaking defensive lines, and also outside the mount. Now, particularly the breaking defensive lines, no, amount 47. It's obetumi releasing Erling Haaland through. In terms of Erling Haaland, or running off the shoulder of the last defender, or make it that runs now, blind side runs now, Tijani Rende betumi abobo not to nimu, because on him defensive lines in a breaky. This is a type of midfielder, Tijani Renders, Eba or the Manchester City, a progressor, a creator, and midfielder who goes in him, and also midfielder or worker of the ball, as our team. But most importantly, the Pep Guardiola appear on the midfielders and not just receiving to fit, and so to me running into space, and so to me attacking space. It will shut the Juma Gundogan any De Bruyne Amoyena. You can see so constantly they were making these half space runs. Half spaces they be anomalum in term. Last season, no Manchester City nibi because of say also De Bruyne and what they number form. Gundogan so what they number form. Tijani Renders so you made for that or attacking space pa. It 05 mami images nimienu near had there. You see Tijani Renders obe who space now obe attacking space no. And in this instance, Ocha to my friend Manchester City as space normally a tabie because omo you so omo wingers in the hagget touchline normally be opponent to them. It is a Savino elbow on the right winger or Jibona fullback never stop it. Fullback never stop it. Petokro kakraka da South Tokro da one. No Pep Guardiola expert to say player no that's how have space in him. Ever running through that space and in Tijani Renders a player on him how about attacking space no he will attack that space. It will at AC Milan. Yeah. Once the space in the hole and all running into the space. Another example. Once the space in the defensive line, he is running into that space. No, to me, Akwakushego. And this is a player of fitting Pep Guardiola system no perfectly. What did the boy in between the lines? So bet me down at the ball and until bet me. What did the deeper? He can progress the ball. He can break lines, and or send him say. Or say attacking space, no. And don't be saying say or a type of player, man, or say or a box to box midfielder. Tijani Renders. For me, so what can I mean describing? I mean make catch also all action midfielder. But so cause or no say a box to box there, then he's a technical box to box player. Technical in the sense say he can receive in between the lines in those tight areas, you know. He can receive there. Obey to me a dribble in those tight areas, you know. It's technically. He's very good. This is the player Tijani Renders Adeba. Yes, I said Club World Cup. No, but to me adapt it. Not to me settle into the team. Not to me studying the role now Pep Guardiola Edebemano because Pep Guardiola he had that type of player. It's 05 mami saw 4 images no near her there. Both last season space in the hole. It's Dogu Doku or Jibona fullback in the bar space in the Dutch road. No Obian running. In Tijani Renders now, Obenya a player obe running through that space. It is a Doguja bono. Now draw fullback na sa space in the bedawa. Tijani Renders or better right half space in no. Constantly he will be making those runs. Sasavion Swa constantly he will be making those runs because he knows how to attack the space. Yeah. That is one midfielder Manchester City for Ediababe in terms of say omo midfield reforms now omo an all action midfielder, a technically gifted box to box midfielder in Tijani Renders, and the other one also a creative midfielder. Ono kwa babo ball no obehwe starts after the match no am be 6 key passes. Rancheki e kamia say ne pass bi obebo bia e ko create chance. That is how good Rancheki is. Yeah. It's a boss player from open play. In all competitions, we're creating 100 chances. This season, all competitions from open play, set pieces and count. Rancheki out creating 100 chances. It's a choice that this guy, ne eye for pass. So all tread the ball through, all splitting with defenses. No, yes. The guy no on him side. It's a France any Spain ni bi o France ni Germany ni bi a particularly o Spain oba game no utumu nsesa bi wom oba game ni mo be create 2 chances. That is how good the guy is. He is a creative machine. Me say oni Alex Bayena in terms of say he create chance there omo very good, and that is how Ryan Cherky is. And the Rangers no ABB but Cherky no in terms of say own create chance man no this is the player who go say low block, who go say mid block, be omo stubborn, omo compactor. You need this type of player to unlock the defense. Really. And from open play no so to me creating 100 chances there boss player a chance say or hobby. And in terms of say or the line breaking passes a creative chance no and also amount 24. The line breaking passes a creative chance. It's a be our ball pass no a breaking midfield line no. But now go creative chance and no 24 times. Yeah. That is how good Ryan Cherky is. And boss player, it is not just about say all Gina passing kwa, but also all carry ball no edia kwa no. Ryan Cherky and so to me at the year at the mount. It's in terms of say chance creating carries no or you 20, emu 17 LED to shot, emu 3 LED to goals, and emu 2 LED to assist. It is not just one way in terms of creating the chances, not just via passing, but also via carrying. It is Ryan Cherky in there, creativity is there, but a kwambe soon a Guardiola be you soon. Obey you soon in the sense that Obama running after half spaces in Musa attacking space because Pep Guardiola the son of pen midfielders this time. Or person the midfielders a done space invaders running through the spaces are constantly giving overlapping and underlapping runs and from a team no. It's in Ryan Cherky. You better acquire Pep Guardiola from the Club World Cup and every pre-season and onto the next season at the Manchester City. But the problem is one why defense. The defensive numbers no boss player will form. Cherky. Unlike Rangers now more on defense no. Cherky no and more on defense. And so more on defense so about how pressing no. Kevin De Bruyne no more on defense pa. Kevin De Bruyne no more in pressing pa. It's a quite better soon Pep Guardiola ever find that balance no. It is a Man City a movie from Rodri, Gundogan, De Bruyne, that Bernardo Silva midfield now. Now to me Nicolas Gonzalez to join Rangers Ryan Cherky midfield. Yeah. Yankan who say Rodri so wha onu so ebaba be shame. Yes. This is the team Manchester City for a building. Building another team. Odiba be remain team no mo born there tin say ombe to me ashomo be 5. In ala in there. Boss player tin say goes bedoso. Goes bedoso ombe to me aso agu omu. On say me catch say come ball for no. Omna me hunu so me Europe for. Be more tough time pa. They flew the year Dortmund. They dominated them. Now come to me as some decent chances. Come convert here. Benfica, Juma Boca Juniors did Palmeiras, Dominique Porto for. In terms of say, Omombe to me a match Europe for na come ball for. Yeah, Sundowns also make a statement. I make a statement. Almost why are there power with a very good win. Although say Omo opponents and they we expect say Ombe to me show. Boss player encore Premier League fixtures now. Yeah, if no wrap it up on the pay now. Boss player a normal looking good for teams in the Now that league there you play all the teams. So what is your challenge? On say sometimes no. Unyan ketwa no. Now bona will say now build the momentum na chemistry ne ba and no boa to me face akese no obi nso beka say oba akese ne ntem na you omu free ho a na okosi aketo na eno boa ba me pene say oba bon keto no na boa mo watumi ahu ho ano oh na build the confidence na build the chemistry na san wo hia akesefo no eti for example Osha up to 4 ranking no mo ye na in terms of fixture difficulty no Chelsea for at the 15th. It's for per omo ratings no Chelsea for o per omo fixture na enye den kura omo na edaso 15th. Edi enti na enye den Chelsea ebebo Crystal Palace wo home first match Crystal Palace was Stamford Bridge. West Ham United away. Oria ababebo Fulham our home, no about Brentford, our away, no about Manchester United, our away. It is that first 4 matches, no. Chelsea bet to me their stadium who are there, no. new players a omabam no ebe to me settle in na atumi aboa team no na build that confidence and san omakwa kweshia Manchester United but what the Manchester United dey ne ba boss player Man U ababo Arsenal first Monday team out was second our person G League no our also improve team no Manchester United and then nebebo Man U ria obebo Burnley a fairly easier fixture for team my friend Manchester United ria wakwa Etihad akwa kosia Manchester City eti first 3 matches no wabo Arsenal ria asa kobo Manchester City ria wasa kwa kobo team my friend Chelsea our Chelsea efie enye for Manchester United Matheus Cunha eba possibly Brian Mbeumo subeba on better number 9 on better 1 or 2 players our defense and midfield. These players will need time to settle ombe here time ombe be settle and some more settle here this lower opponent omo ho de ne bro so ombe tumi ahye omo se ne be build team chemistry build understanding but what they are say now the Arsenal na boss player what the Man City any Chelsea mo na start here atin say team your friend Manchester United kura and Ocha Arsenal so almost perfect difficulty no almost that second almost bo Manchester United we almost bolis no ma ko bo Liverpool it was no obo Man U abo Liverpool o we are no ko bo Nottingham Forest no asabe bo Manchester City. It is the first 5 fixtures in the atin say your top matches are ebe but what teams ni bi what teams ni bi for Chelsea mu because omo bo lower opponent and san omakwa ko share Manchester United for Manchester United mu because 4 tougher opponents ewoma ombe sie omo and sakura no makwa ko bon ketewa na edidi omanim no the same applies to team and friend Arsenal but although for Arsenal no omo ho no the same team omo chemistry need that 1 or 2 additions maybe and omo be it almost how additions no we are expecting say a bit improve team no unlike team your friend Manchester United. Liverpool so almost in terms of fixture difficulty boss player omo the 5th Liverpool Bournemouth e won fie wi oko Newcastle e wa we wababo Arsenal won home no abo Burnley wa we no abo Everton at said this is a fixture Liverpool for defending champions betumi and navigate through it say in terms of fixture difficulty there many opta for no be yadrin Man U for no there na edin Arsenal so there na edin but Arsenal there consistency no ewo ho in terms of some betumi navigate through there navigate through and almost performance against the top 6 ewo England na ewo so ye pa it Arsenal they expect them say betumi get some points but Manchester United and I'm a concern no ewo boss player in terms of almost signing say bebem anyhow betumi settle in na etumi aboa teams no it boss player say sana English Premier League net here La Liga for na etwa omo Serie A de omo de aba La Liga etwa omo so say omo so de omo de beba na ehu say na ebesi aye one guy say so abede farewell to Espanyol fans no nti etwen say na announcement from Barcelona na officially no bibia ye kama nti na de wa abede farewell to Espanyol